Howdy folks, this is Nim Jickles. Just a quick disclaimer before you guys watch this very interesting episode of the Ain't That a Bitch podcast. About a third in, my mental and physical health starts to deteriorate very rapidly. And this is entirely due to the fact that I started having a fever very early in that day, and by that point it was about 7 o'clock when we started recording, and I was not feeling great. And then to add to that, closing myself into a room, breathing the same air as like 4 or 5 other people for an hour and a half, while also yelling and moving a bunch and gesticulating a whole lot, did not do anything to help. And so I started to get very lightheaded, and I had a headache, and basically was hurting all over. And it got to a point where for whatever reason, it was a lot easier to talk, like really slur my words and slow down my speech. That made the pain subside for a bit. Now, this isn't something I had to do. It was something that started happening without trying while I was discussing the Mandalorian, as you'll see later in the episode. But I decided to keep doing it because it provided a lot of comedic content, and just why not? It was kind of fun. But I heard a lot of people make comments later in that day saying that I sounded like I was high or drunk, so I just wanted to put this disclaimer at the start of the episode to assure you that I was not using any of those kinds of substances, and I never have and I never will in that sense. So yeah, just enjoy the video, but it's entirely just because I'm sick. Thanks, guys. Hey folks, I'm Nim Jickles. This is the Ain't That a Bitch podcast. What episode are we on now? Five, I think. 5. Well, anyways, if you heard that other voice, that is Isaac Larson, who is here, along with Rami something or other, Chance, I don't give a shit, and Jonathan Hooah, and we're all in our room at bandcamp right now. I'm recording this to you from bandcamp on Friday, with an illegal phone, which shouldn't even be here, and everything about this is illegal and completely, unallowed. But I don't care, because what matters to me more than getting in trouble, because it's Johnny's phone anyways, is getting you guys the content that you deserve and that you asked for. Also, because if we didn't make this episode, then next week Aiden will have to pay every one of our followers $1. I'm saving your ass too, so you're welcome, Aiden, you stupid shit who dropped out of band. You don't deserve any of my kindness because you dropped out of band and are a lazy fuck who's not going to band camp, and that's completely your fault, but I'm still here covering for your ass. But that's because I want this thing to come out. That being said, we're here at band camp. It's the first night. We got here really late. When I was at Louis, we would get to band camp. We would leave as soon as the day started, and then we'd get there at noon. We'd eat lunch. And then we'd have 2 rehearsals or something before we go to bed. Here we left at noon, got there at 3. We ate lunch on the bus, and we had 1 hour and a half or something rehearsal, and then dinner, and the rest is free time. So I got nothing better to do.
5 hours.
Yeah. That said, not worried about getting bored, because already we've been wandering around for 15 minutes, and already so much has happened.
That's true.
It's just astonishing. There's a guy with an anime body pillow. An anime body pillow. First night, the body pillows are already coming out and already being taken away. And you know what's most astounding about this is that, as entertaining as this night has been, the people getting in trouble haven't been me. This is an absolute astronomical first for that.
It's pretty impressive.
Last year, man, I was scared shitless. I thought Part was absolutely gonna bust me. I had a lighter. We were gonna go up in the woods and roast s'mores.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, but it was gonna be great. It was gonna be worth it. And Diana melts. Apparently went and ratted on us. But Part never confronted any of us about it. Just same as when we stole Jackson's shoes and threw them down the stairway. Nothing ever happened with that. But Jackson got fucked, which is what's important.
Stop. It's not cool.
You guys are just psychotic.
We're psychopaths. That's Rami, by the way. Everyone, you should introduce yourself so we know what voices are out there. Isaac.
Hello.
Johnny.
Hello.
Rami.
Hi.
And Chance. Go fuck yourself, no one cares. Anyways, I don't know why I'm so mean to Chance, but
He's a good guy. Okay.
I know, but I know him the least.
That's true. That's true. All right.
So by default, I have to be the meanest to him.
We're the same instrument, bro. You should be nice to me.
Oh, that's
That's even worse. I respect you even less for that.
No.
Hey, that's Timor, other guy in our room.
When does your rehearsal start? Right now. Oh, damn.
sounds
All
good,
right,
Timor.
keep going. See you, man.
See ya, good luck. So they're
Also
seniors.
check the doors.
Speaking of rehearsals,
yeah.
we got Mr. Marshall from South Carolina.
He's so good.
Murica, he's actually phenomenal.
Yeah, I
fantastic.
really like
I know Johnny was skeptical at first, you know, being taught by a boomer and all and such. But man, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's really good.
he gave Pertouche like a literal ass beating, among other people. He's just phenomenal. Yeah, he
he's
called
really
Pertouche Bubba, which is like the only thing I'm gonna call him anymore.
He's good.
He's a great guy. And best thing about him, hasn't yelled at the altos once. This has got to be the only year I've ever gone
Actually, no.
to a bandcamp rehearsal where the altos were
Well,
the
you guys are actually playing well for once. Like you guys were
Exactly.
Like, you got, dude, you guys were y'all.
Come on.
Y'all shit normally.
Exactly. And that's further proof that it's all what Marshall is doing, not our own personal skill. So if Pertouche goes, hey guys, Marshall said that we were playing mediocre at the end of the rehearsal, that doesn't mean that he was playing good. It means that Mr. Marshall was doing good. Because it's not like it's the altos, it's not like it's because of our own personal skill that we were in tune. No, it was Magic Marshall. Nothing to do with our own
I have a
personal
feeling like
ability.
tomorrow we're gonna forget everything.
I'm really worried about that too.
It's
It's
like the trumpets were on point today. I don't think they can do it again.
dude, it was a journey for the trumpets.
But the seconds were so good, and the first
Yeah.
just took a shit.
All the jocks have already killed themselves at this point in the podcast because they don't give a shit about instruments. You're a hybrid class. You don't count Isaac. Isaac is giving me look. I've already told you, you're hybrid build. Like, they don't just make those naturally. You had to cultivate that. It's crazy, but somehow it works because, like, a week into school, Ren asks how big your dick is, so.
Please don't talk about that.
It happened. Just saying.
They were trying
Dude.
to find out whether I was a nerd or a fuck.
Exactly. And now that I know who her boyfriend is, I'm absolutely gonna tell him that she said that.
Wait, who my boyfriend? What?
No. Now I know who Ren's boyfriend is. I'm absolutely gonna tell him that she asked you that. Like 1.5 weeks into school. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that's set record.
I love you, Isaac. You're the best.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, that said, like I said, all the athletic kids have already committed suicide by this point. So moving on. Not gonna move off of bandcamp though, because go fuck yourself. I get to talk about what I want. But regardless, I want to talk about the packing policy for bandcamp for a sec, because Finkbeiner, pretty good band teacher, albeit the best decisions he's made, or like the best things about him as a band teacher is he gets really good people to make us better.
That's true.
So like
He knows good clinicians.
it's true, not to like devalue anything about the quality of Finkbeiner as a band director, but the people he gets are like undoubtedly superior to him in teaching ability.
Is that ice?
That's Ram. He just opened our balcony door and got no. There's ice forming on the inside of our room.
We're locked.
Okay, that's not surprising at all.
No, don't force that. That's frozen shut.
That said, despite that, I'm still really liking this place because it's actually amazing to be able to spend our entire band camp in one building. Because again, at L'Oreal, it was just like fucking off to everywhere to do every single thing. You want to go eat in the lodge? You gotta cross like a river. You want to go rehearse? You gotta go down like the mountain of dreams and like you gotta throw yourself off the fucking Soulstone mountain, okay? And then climb back up it to eat, to go back down, to rehearse, to go back up, to have free time to go back down to rehearse. It was just a death trap.
It was a journey, man.
That said, what I was getting to, the packing policy, one of Mr. Finkbeiner's more questionable decisions is the idea that you have to, and this is like one of his musts, pack your sleeping bag. Someone sprayed my Febreze already.
Yeah, it smells disgusting.
It's pretty strong.
Well, you weren't. It wasn't supposed to be for good.
Don't.
It was an instrument of evil, not how.
Remember when Andre's cologne set off?
Yes.
I was pointing it.
We
I'm
have
like,
so
who did
many
it?
Bandcamp horror stories. Like, but that said, I was talking about packing. So we have to bring our pillow and sleeping bags in a garbage bag. Now, because of this policy, we have issues like you have to put your name and label the garbage bag so that you can know whose
which one's yours because all garbage bags look the same. And you have to pack a second garbage bag so that in case you rip the first garbage bag, you can replace it with the other one. Now, neither of these problems would be problems if we used anything other than garbage bags.
That's very true.
So I don't really, I'm sure Finkbeiner has good reasons.
It's probably just for water tightness.
But he's really not getting to it when all he's saying is, he's basically being Aiden, where he's like, yeah, this idea sucks for these reasons, but I still do it. Which is basically Aiden defending Apple products in English class every single day.
Sorry, Aiden.
Stupid Apple user. Oh yeah, I mean, the UI kind of is crap, and really the quality's been going downhill, and the prices have been rising for a few years now. Still better than Samsung, though, you know? what are you talking about? Hey,
It's really not. All right.
that said, so we're expected to bring a trash bag with our sleeping bag and pillow, a suitcase or duffel bag with all our stuff, and a carry-on bag with more stuff, and our instruments. That's 4 things, okay? Count how many fucking arms I have. Last I checked, not enough for that. So, unless they're expecting me to go extortionist and like literally bend over backwards to carry everything with me, I don't think that's gonna fly. So I have this amazing ability, which is I don't give a shit, and I literally can pack everything I need and more into one backpack, and I don't understand how people fill an entire duffel bag. Like, what do you guys have in there?
like 5 kilos of black tar heroin.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense now.
There, you don't
I mean, even I could have.
I actually took the wrong duffel bag. I wasn't supposed to take that one.
Oh, it was your uncle's.
Yeah.
Oh, that happens. That sucks.
That's the
But
drug
like I mean, come on, it's one weekend. I packed like all the clothes I need take up one corner of one pocket of the backpack. Everything else is just everything else is just food and weapons. Like that's the entire rest of my backpack.
Okay, zombie survival.
I mean, I do have. Look, anyone out there listening out there, if you don't have a zombie apocalypse contingency plan, you're not living right. There's 2 types of people in this world: those who are prepared for the zombie apocalypse, and those who are not. And we call those second types of people food. So I'm just gonna give you a heads up right now. If you haven't thought of one yet, start working on that. Mine, personally, in case anyone was wondering, or even if not, I'm gonna say it anyways. First, I'm gonna move back to Texas because it's open carry there. I'm gonna stock up on ammo in the nearest Walmart. Then I'm gonna fly back to Quebec because according to MapPad, there's a city in Quebec that has like the optimized population density to like survivability place. So it would be the last for a zombie virus to reach. And then I'll just wait there with like a shotgun in my hand in like a Sobeys or something.
And also, actually no. In Canada, you can open carry rifles.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but you can't
But
just
nobody
you can't
follows
just
the
pick them up in Walmart.
No, that's true. You do need
Texas,
to be,
man.
You need to be properly registered, but you can open carry in Canada as long as
And
it's
I
not a
don't think
handgun.
zombies can wield firearms usually.
I don't think they can either.
They generally are.
I honestly don't. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go
you.
for it.
I don't know why are zombies a problem? Like, if
Because
you've been
there's so
dead,
many, that's all.
If you've been dead for like however many years and your body's been degrading and you've been
They're
reincarnated,
slow as shit. But
how
they
can
still,
you like? And also, they're so loud. Like you've never seen in a zombie movie, like a zombie.
It's true.
Quiet. How do they sneak up on people?
They don't, unless it's like a video game where there's different classes of zombies, which
that's true.
also doesn't make sense. That's one of my favorite things is when zombie video games are like, there's just 800 generic football like zombies that are the exact same size and height and build in like football armor, and like all they do is just charge you head on, and that's one type of zombie. Like in real life, would that happen? You'd honestly be way more like the like worst kind of class of real life zombie would probably be like stroller moms or something. They have like a projectile that leeches onto you, you know, that deals extra damage over time. That being said, so Isaac, since you brought it up, what are you hopped on in the conversation? What's your zombie contingency plan?
I don't know. So, yeah, no, I think guns aren't a bad idea for a new world currency. I should probably buy some gold, seeing as that retains value.
Or like bullets,
That's true, bullets. I mean,
bottle caps.
yeah, but I don't know. You also like, so I have a katana which I won when I was 6 for like a karate tournament. So
Excuse me? I went to a karate tournament and I won plastic nunchucks.
you know, I want a proper sword. I will. I'm not gonna break it to school because that's illegal. But I will send you a photo. I have a proper sword,
were
so I could like
crazy.
sharpen that up, probably get it going. I got a lot of canned food. We have a room.
You're the first person I'm coming for. Even if you're not zombie, I'm gonna kill you and take that sword.
Bruh,
Just for the
we can
clout.
work together. Jeez, man, relax. But yeah, no, I'd probably like stock up some like larger knives. You know, get the food as well. Probably get a nice pack, you know.
Oh yeah, you Johnny?
Honestly, I'm fine with staying as food. You know what I mean? Like, if the zombies come, then that's just unlucky for me.
You know, actually, you know what? I think they'd stay away. You're not that much food.
Yeah, true.
You got that on your side, man.
Like, it's just not worth killing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
handy.
not worth the effort.
Cool. So if you couldn't hear because he was a little further away, Johnny says he's happy with just being food, which is fine. Actually, I don't know if that would be better or worse. Because but like in a zombie apocalypse, like with the current state of millennials and Gen Zs just all being ready to die at a moment's notice, on the one hand, like that means less competition to survive, but on the other, that just means more zombies.
That's true.
Yeah, what about you, Rami? Chance, you're last because I hate you. I have no idea why, but I have to stick with it now. Rami, get closer. They can't hear you.
Yeah. Gotta come over here, man.
I don't know. I'll probably just have a backpack full with food. Probably go.
Yeah, of course you want food, Rami.
Yeah,
So.
of course I want food. Ooh. I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't mind dying.
Cool.
Like, would you spend the rest of your life in fear trying to stay alive, or just dying and just getting it over with?
But you can fire off guns anywhere you want, all willy-nilly, and no one's gonna be
I'll
like...
do that. I mean, I wouldn't mind dying, but I would die with a fuck.
Oh, you would die with
you would
like
die-
guns
yeah,
blazing?
but, like, just-
Absolutely.
You know.
Just try
Dude, this is gonna be like the most Texas thing to say, but I just love firing a shotgun.
Oh, wait,
It's so satisfying.
And the sound that like there's a no balls sound to like
Patrolling the rooms.
Absolutely.
like
Oh, yeah.
to a shotgun like
Might I remind you, we are risking our lives for this, okay? You better enjoy this fucking content.
That's true.
This is not cheap. This comes at the cost of our heads. Okay, look, the Necco body pillow's already gone down. We may very well be
Have we
next.
talked about that yet?
We did.
Oh, we did.
Dude, Necco body pillow.
Very cool. Very
No
quick,
fun
but
place came out of
there
this.
weren't that many details to cover.
It was
That's
quite.
true. So,
It was
Chance, what body
quite
pillow
nice.
do you want?
That's true.
Yeah.
What character do you
What
want?
body pillow would you buy in the event of a zombie apocalypse?
What? Oh, that's a tough one.
One big enough to fit an AK in.
AK, yeah. I think that one's big enough to fit an AK.
Probably.
Oh, like
Yeah,
the
body size.
Terminator when he's carrying the roses and he just the shotgun.
Oh
Like he drops the roses and the shotguns there.
Yeah.
Just do
Oh,
that
yeah,
with,
yeah.
with a body pillow.
So you'd have like
That's smart. That's smart.
like
You
when you-
distract the zombies first.
yeah, they'd be like,
Like in Pokemon, like you used attract, and then you throw the body pillow at them, and then you can only use it once though.
nah, but you can wait for the
You
body
have to
pillow
go.
to
You have to
fall.
go get it back.
They rip it up.
Yeah.
What if they
Oh,
like
Felix.
touch it and get all their zombie cooties on it?
I know who I'm gonna get a body pillow of. Felix Zero.
Felix body pillow. Can we start printing out pictures of people and making body pillows? Surely that's a business somewhere in Japan.
This guy wants a body pillow
Dude,
on a neck
you can
trap.
put prints. You can put prints of anybody you want on like a cake. Why not a pillow?
I
Can we
mean,
buy that? Dude, I would buy a body pillow of Jeff Goldblum. I'm not afraid to admit it.
I'm not living in the dark anymore.
Emma Watson.
Didn't she marry herself?
Wait, hold on, what?
Yeah.
Did she
That's
actually?
what I heard.
Wait.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I read that somewhere.
I know there was like that. There was that one woman who was like, woman marries herself, then cheats on herself, and blames it on men, which is pretty funny. I haven't heard that by Emma Watson. It sounds like something she'd do, to be honest.
I mean, she served her one purpose in life of being
Hermione,
and she did a very good job of it.
She
and
did.
She can die now, and
Wow. Okay.
she's
I mean,
lived-
she's
lived-
going strong.
she's lived a good life.
Okay. You want to judge? I guess. Isaac is the law. You have lived your life. Now I shall smite thee.
Once you're past your prime, is there really any point?
Yeah.
Like,
Good point. Yeah, that's another thing about like just the millennials being depressed. Like, why is that?
I mean, millennials. I guess they're kind of in their prime right now.
That's true. They are living their.
They're pretty much. They should all be graduated from college about by now.
Yeah, but with like an advanced arts degree.
Well, or they've got like advanced engineering degree, but then like $16 billion worth of student loan debt.
That's true. And like their weird bi-homo boyfriend, or whatever.
Yeah. That's a new one. Maybe. That being said,
I'm just, y'all are over there. I'm just yelling. Yeah.
yeah, Ramy's just nodding along. He's gotten uncomfortable enough to exit the conversation, which is fair.
It's okay.
I left the bubble.
That's okay.
I'm just in my own little island.
That's all right.
Well, while you're over there, you can check the door occasionally, just
Yeah.
for security
It's
reasons.
locked right now.
It's locked, and they're probably gonna think something.
Yeah, so if you start hearing that, then
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
have a couple seconds
They'll
to
probably sweep
hide any.
If we start hearing if we start hearing wiggling on the knob, we have to all whip down our pants and start circle jerking because it'd be easier to explain. Trust me, as bad as it may be, they're never gonna notice the phone.
they'll be too focused on.
They wouldn't think. Then we don't have to stop recording. Content's content. Bet you guys are glad it's not a visual podcast now.
I'm gonna.
Dude, this is amazing. This is the best. I love you guys. Not really. Not that bad.
I like how you say not really while you're looking at me.
Yeah, it's always Chance. It's your fault. You're
He's
better.
just happy he got the podcast.
Dude, better. What was that? Oh yeah, we're all dying. I'm actually feeling better, to be honest, but better is like back to normal for me means jaw up is still like throbbing. My temples are just like pulsating in my skull, but I don't know what that means, so I ignore it.
Yeah, I think you have kids, man.
I don't need. Rami is apparently like on the verge of death, is what we learned at dinner.
It's true. I'm surprised he's still
like
here.
he's got Alzheimer's and like AIDS and like syphilis and cancer and bronchitis and conjunctivitis and like he's missing an eye or something. One of those is prosthetic. I'm pretty sure one of those feet is not real.
How long have your feet been
Dude, one of Chance's feet definitely isn't real, which is why that's why he has to wear the mismatched socks to remember which one's prosthetic.
Some days he like tries to put on the wrong ones. It's like, oh. It's like a double long foot. It's 2 feet actually.
2 feet on one leg.
Mm-hmm.
It's so that he can carry his trash bag with his sleeping bag and pillow in it.
Yo,
That's evolution.
We circled back around.
he's adapting. All right.
It all comes full through. Anyways, only 20 minutes in, conversation's already died, but that's fine because
It was good.
I'm gonna jump right into
The next
Mandalorian, which is my next topic. I don't think I've ever once had a segue of this. It's either like it rambles on to the point where somehow you've gotten from one subject to a completely different subject and I don't even know how we got there, or I just hard cut immediately to something else. Which is fine. I don't care. These aren't scripted, so they're not meant to be good. But anyways, I want to talk about a minute because I think, yeah, it was last week. No, a couple weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. The one that's out right now. I mentioned Disney Plus and how I'm completely done with Disney. I'm in the fuck Disney mentality where I don't want to give them any more money. I'm not paying for any more of their anything.
The mouse has had enough.
I've had enough of the mouse. All right, I've had enough of all mice. I'm ready to call the fucking exterminator. I mean, they pulled out of Netflix, started their own streaming service, and like, Jesus Christ. Yes, I think they're making some cool stuff, and I want to see some of their new shows, but there's not a single thing that Disney is creating that is built on anything creative or original, or like, there's no more originality at all. The entire thing is just riding off of like Mickey's corpse at this point.
I mean,
It's
what you got?
look, it's just lost. I've lost all interest in any of it.
Authenticity.
Come on, man. Like, all they have at this point is like the Marvel sloppy seconds, the Star Wars dregs, and then like all the live action remakes of like the treasured childhood movies.
Watch they do that for Frozen in like 25 years.
Frozen live action.
They've done live action.
Frozen live action prequel to the Disney X-Men.
Oh, I would pay money for that.
Disney Princess Avengers, it's coming. There was actually a little teaser of that buried in Avengers Endgame when all the female superheroes teamed up.
I did not understand that part of the movie at all. I
understood it perfectly. It was just because they're women, they had to be in the fucking shot.
I was like, why do you need?
That was it. It's just
That's true.
no.
And
other
they didn't even
reason-
do anything. They're just kind of like
No, because Captain Marvel needs no help.
Okay, Captain Marvel in that movie was like, bruh, get off. Like
That was her in every movie, which is 2.
Actually, okay, no. So when I watched the Captain Marvel movie with my family, we had a discussion after, and we decided Captain Marvel was a jerk. Like she's a jerk.
She's kind of a prick.
She is so annoying. She's not likable. She has very good power, and she's like has a pretty good like moral compass, but she's a jerk.
She's not like compelling enough to.
No, she's not.
The most powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's like
to
she
me.
can do anything, but
Most
just
powerful.
chooses not to show up.
Well, and her power level, there's absolutely no reference for it at all right now because it's like 1 second Thanos is beating the shit out of her with just a sword, then he gets the entire gauntlet and she's like holding it up single-handedly. So there's no equilibrium of that.
It
Like,
make no fucking sense.
look, I get so disappointed in these things of like, you're trying to do a good thing, but you're only making everything worse for yourself because now you're just giving fuel to the people who are like they're just feeding up the feminist agenda, and it's like, no, that's not true. They're just really bad at making movies. That's all it is. That's all it is. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know no better.
Captain Marvel is a great character from the comics. You know, she is a symbol for feminism and like empowerment for women, but she's also just a compelling character on her own. She doesn't need gender doesn't have to come into the equation at all. She's just an interesting, compelling character, and then she got really sloppily done as really a last-minute addition before Endgame.
Wait, no, she's a jerk though.
She is.
I mean, they could have done her better to make her actually like seem like a nice person and not a dick.
We just don't know anything about her. She's like
That's true.
at the start of
She
Tony's
has
character.
like she has the
arc.
least amount of backstory. Like we have one movie about how she was like turned into a thing.
Yeah, I mean, at least characters like Spider-Man and Black Panther were introduced in Civil War, a big group team-up movie, which was, so you didn't get too much of them, but then they got their solo films, and then they were in Infinity War and Endgame, so that's like 4 movies that at least feature them.
Actually, Black Panther is another movie I'm not a fan of.
Dude, again, exact same thing. Black Panther and Civil War, so much better than Black Panther in his own movie.
Yeah. Like he was
He
like,
got so
yeah, I
neutered.
like this guy, and then he was like, I no longer like this guy.
Dude, Black Panther was my favorite before like Civil War ever came out. It was like, Black Panther is the best, and I saw he was gonna be in it. I was like hyped up as shit. I was talking about Disney Plus. I can never talk about The Mandalorian every single time. I did this last episode, I'm doing this now. I want to talk about Mandalorian, I always get sidetracked on other Disney shit.
Let's talk Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. So, no spoilers, and I'm like I said, I'm not even on Disney Plus, so I haven't watched it. This is from what I've heard, and Chancey said you've been watching it, so you can correct me if I'm wrong on any stuff. But Aiden's giving me a little bit of a rundown here.
The one time you're actually gonna be nice, Chance.
So yes, for once, from my understanding, The Mandalorian takes place either during or directly after the events of the original trilogy, right?
Is this Star Wars?
I feel
Yes.
like I think it's after the fall of the Empire.
So after Return of the Jedi.
Okay, so let's get this like straight in like the sense of, so we've had A New Hope. So that's
A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Emperor Palpatine is dead or maybe still alive. I don't give a shit. I don't care. But he's
should have seen
dead
it by now.
in my. I don't care. He's dead in my book.
Okay.
He's dead, and the Empire's fallen. Darth Vader's dead. Luke and Han and Leia are on the Ewok planet, and they live there forever, and they never leave. I don't know where they go after that. But anyways, and then, so here's the premise of the show: The Mandalorian is a soldier from a. I have my own. Thanks though. Mandalorians are a like warrior, basically a warrior planet, right? It's a planet of people who are just like legendary warriors. Essentially, it was the Star Wars world Spartan, where they were traditionally born and raised to just be warriors and fighters, and they were like a menace across the galaxy. This was in the Old Republic. This is before even the prequels. Okay, by the time the Clone Wars rolled around, Mandalorians were already gone. Obi-Wan brought them back, and there was a whole other thing with whatever her name was. Mandalorians became peaceful people. Okay, they became like a democracy, and Duchess, what was her name? whatever, the Duchess on Mandalore. Anyways, they were like totally changed people. It was like, oh yeah, we're civilized like Athens now. And then like turns out there was this little Mandalorian splinter group where they're like, we want the old days, but we were like badasses. And it's like everyone's like, yeah, we want that too, because Mandalorians are fucking great. And now, you're telling me that there's a Mandalorian just out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, being a Mandalorian for no good reason after their time? So you're telling me, Disney, that you decided to make a prequel to your trilogy of movies, but didn't bother to go far back enough that it actually makes canonic sense? And what's more, yeah, canonic sense, because the Mandalorians are like essentially wiped out. Obi-Wan, I'm pretty sure, fucks them over again. And then, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, this Mandalorian is also a bounty hunter, right? And he's part of like a bounty hunters guild?
Yes, so this might be kind of spoiler territory.
Oh, okay.
There's more
Just
than
very
just,
general overview. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like details that you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh no, I wish I hadn't.
Stuff
done
they
that
like give
here."
you in the first
Yeah, but
episode, basically.
There's more than just him on this planet, and he's going around getting these bounties, kind of like, there's pieces of metal that are like very precious to the Mandalorians that he's trying to collect, and he wants to bring them back to his group. So he's kind of taking on the noble sense here by being a bounty hunter. And he kind of comes into like a moral dilemma during the show. I feel like it was very well done.
Yeah.
Especially preceding the, what has been happening in Star Wars recently with like the Han Solo movie. It's like, oh geez. I feel like they took a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. I've heard that people are really happy with it and love it. But that's what makes me so upset, is that you can make a good show, but the premise is inherently flawed. First of all, this Mandalorian is a bounty hunter. Okay, that's great. That's real original, Disney. Why? I can already see what the guy in the boardroom meeting was thinking. He was like, Boba Fett and Jango Fett were bounty hunters, and they had Mandalorian armor. Therefore, it's like it's the mom mentality of, oh, what's that person in like armor with a lightsaber? They must be Darth Vader. Every single villain in Star Wars is named Darth Vader. Every single person with Mandalorian armor is a bounty hunter. Oh my god! No, they are their own species of warriors, and they fight for their own kind.
Let's move on. You're getting a little too passionate about this.
No, I'm in the middle of a thing right now.
Well,
Now, guess what else? He's part of a bounty hunters guild. Guess what else went obsolete before the events of the original trilogy? Bounty hunter guilds. They were destroyed. You know how I know that? Because there is a non-canon novel series where Boba Fett and Dengar are with like this freed slave person. This is right after Boba Fett busts himself out of Sarlacc, which is canon. And then he's telling the story to this person that he's helped save about how this is like all part of the fallout of the bounty hunter guilds, which is why Boba's just doing like odd jobs for Jabba and like gets that job from Vader, but he's not actually tied to any one particular contractor or employer other than Jabba the Hutt, because the guilds fell apart. But now there's guilds again? Well, if you wanted to do guilds and you wanted to do Mandalorians, then just put it in the right part of the timeline.
Charles?
Why? It's not hard. It's not difficult at all.
Charles.
You were given everything
Charles.
you needed. I'm doing something right now.
Fucking life.
This is content. There are people who care about this stuff.
No.
Listen to me.
To live.
Isaac, listen to me.
outside.
I'm not even watching the show. I'm just talking about before you ever even watch it. Disney has no respect for any fan-created content. They don't even have respect for the canon, but they definitely sure as hell don't give two shits about the non-canon.
What is the canon?
The canon is the things that are officially a part of the Star Wars story.
You sound so
Those are events. Look, I'm really lightheaded right now. Yelling and sudden movements are not good when my head's like this, but I'm doing it anyways because you guys wanted an episode, and I'm going to deliver. Now, I think. Okay, what I was saying was, there's so much. There's just give me a drink.
That's rich.
There is a plethora of material for Disney to pull from and make something that makes sense, that appeals to fans, and can tie some of the fan favorite elements into the canon. But instead, they wanted to do their own thing because fuck everybody else, I guess.
Are you low blood? Are you low
I'm
sugar?
very low blood pressure. I don't know. What is this? Is this an airhead?
It's Kit
Oh,
Kat.
I love Kit Kats. Thank you,
Your
Ram.
speech is getting slurred. You're
Look,
like,
shut up. Fuck.
Are you a little diabetic there?
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we might have to.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is,
He has hypoglycemia.
why does Disney's best material have to come from such a bad place? I'm sorry, Johnny. I got chocolate on your phone. By the way, Johnny, this cunt got a huge double bed.
Hey,
that's true.
hey, but I arrived like earlier.
Well, you must have, because there's no way you could have gotten this without a fight otherwise.
And you would have lost.
I just
Dude,
asked who's gonna take the big one. He was like,
His bed is huge.
it's mine.
It's like 2 of the regular beds.
And 3 of Johnny.
Like you're gonna be able to roll over, Chief.
Yeah.
You have no business being on this bed. Oh, I'm really lightheaded. Guys,
Do you want him to open the slide door?
no,
Wait, I
guys,
can't.
we're only half an hour in. We have at least 20 minutes left to go.
All right, you want to change topics? Because this.
Okay,
No,
we
Remy,
can talk
don't do it.
about.
I'm breaking the ice.
Nah, don't. It's not worth it.
Well, Rami, we're just getting to know each other. Hey,
Okay.
let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a drink.
You've ranted.
Someone come up with something
Pretty-
else to talk.
You've ranted pretty hard about that for a while.
He was very.
This is what I do.
Okay, Charles, you gotta stop.
What do you want to talk about?
The threat, the shooting
Oh,
threat.
the death threat or the shooting.
Oh
threat.
my God! Yeah. Was that just a Chinese thing?
No, it was these kids in Scotland. It was a prank.
But Chance hasn't heard of it. And
I
he's
haven't
white.
heard of it.
You have
No, I
Did
think
you hear about it?
Is it the ones where they were like, I have
Dude.
these 2 guns.
Yeah.
My mom was all over that shit immediately.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I
wait,
read
can
it
we
on
explain?
Instagram. I read it on Instagram.
Yeah, apparently someone, you guys are gonna have to fill in the gaps, but apparently someone tweeted out this threat. They're like, tomorrow I am going to be shooting up, this is the wording they use, the schooling infrastructure in Calgary. I will kill as many people as I can for Allah, or something like that.
Actually,
It's in
there is a
Muslim
Calgary, Ireland.
for ISIS.
What?
There is a Calgary, like either Ireland or Scotland, but there's 2 Calgarys in the world.
Oh, there's a
So
Calgary
it's
in
not
Ireland.
necessarily Alberta.
Oh, well, it's not real anyways.
That's true.
School.
Because I mean, we're not dead.
Exactly.
Or Wisewood was not deemed important enough.
Or what would be absolutely hilarious is if they showed up right after we left for bandcamp. And when we go back on Sunday, everybody else is gonna be dead.
Where's the school?
That is hilarious. Your parents will be picking you up outside the remains of the school.
Classes might be canceled.
Ah, that's classic. That would be,
For a few years.
That would actually be hilarious if that happened.
yeah,
That would not be funny.
it would.
I
It
like
would be
people.
hilarious.
I feel
Well-
like they wouldn't target like one of the lower population high schools though.
I'd be sad that Aiden would be dead.
I'd be sad that Steven and Aiden would be dead.
I'd be sad that Aiden and Sean were dead because I need them to edit this for me. Everyone else is fine. Honestly, I would totally be cool with Aiden dying, except that he's my editor. I like Nick. Actually, I would miss Nick because, oh yeah, remember the other thing we're doing, Johnny? That's good. We're gonna be great.
Oh,
In
yeah, no.
English, we're doing
Save
Julius
that,
Caesar.
save that for later. Save
Oh
that
man,
for later.
if we gotta film that and like put
Save-
the recording and post it
Yeah,
to the
you-
channel,
you gotta save that.
that's gonna be on Nim Entertainment.
You guys wait, you'll be in for a treat.
Yes. If you like anime or hate anime, then like Shakespeare or hate Shakespeare,
We have a show for you.
exactly.
Oh, they do. I'm not a part of it. I don't think.
Ugh, I'm
So what if you
not gonna throw up
feel
or
a
pass out.
particular way?
You're still gonna enjoy it.
You're still gonna like
Then
it.
you suck.
This is
Chance,
why
do
we're
you
mean to you,
suck?
Chance.
Yeah, are you lukewarm? Jesus said, if you are neither hot nor cold, but lukewarm, I will spit you out. Or he said that at the end of the Action Bible, I swear to God. At the last, I swear to you, Isaac. You can confirm this with your pocket Bible. I know you have it on you. You can confirm it. No, I'm serious. At the end of the New Testament, Jesus says, like,
So the Book of Revelation.
if you are like a soup, and I will cool you or like warm you up, but if you are neither hot nor cold but
Okay,
lukewarm,
you're kind
I
of-
will spit you out.
There's kind of something like that, but it's with salt.
I swear the
it's like
Action
you put
Bible
the
made
salt
it
of the
soup.
earth and there's-
How can salt be hot or cold, Isaac?
No, it's not with hot or cold because you're high. It's with salt and being.
No, he
Because
said
salt loses its saltiness.
He used
like,
the word lukewarm.
Loses it.
I don't know what.
The Action Bible, he says it. Isaac, that's my water bottle cap.
I know you're slowing down.
Isaac,
talking
Isaac,
slowly.
my face is getting hot. Isaac, my face is really warm.
It is really.
Why is my face so warm, Isaac?
Because
Hello, Rami. Rami's back, everybody. Say hi to Rami.
okay, Charles.
What?
Rami.
I don't want to ask what happened.
I'm.
You're in tears. Your eyes are red. You're coughing.
Oh, are my eyes red?
No, you just no.
Do you need Advil?
They will be if you keep rubbing them like that.
I'm not rubbing my eyes. I'm rubbing everything else. Ugh. I forgot to pack the Vaseline. Last year, I brought to bandcamp a tub of Vaseline.
I was in his room.
Yeah, you were.
Take it in.
Dude, my glasses are fogging up.
Because we're
My
literally-
body temperature is getting really high.
Literally.
Ooh, I think I'm in South Carolina.
Speaking of South Carolina, love Mr. Marshall's
We
accent.
said that. Oh, that reminds me. I have to ask Mr. Marshall because the whole time he was talking, I could only think of two things. Okay, I'm back to normal now.
Papa?
No. His accent shut up. Mr. Marshall's like, wait, stop it, Randy. Go die outside the door if you have to. Rami, you were over there the whole time and now you decided to join us just to do that?
Yeah.
Stop. I'm talking.
Okay.
Mr. Marshall had the way he speaks sounds just like if you've ever watched a movie called The Big Short. Christian Bale's character in that talks just like a younger version of Mr. Marshall. It's like it's almost halfway towards a lisp, but like a little bit of southern, and I can't even come close to imitating it.
No, you can't.
Has anyone here ever watched that movie?
The Big Short? No.
No.
You fuck all of you.
What's it about?
It's about
He just-
the housing market crashing in
2006?
Yeah, maybe. Sometime like that, yes.
Okay.
And this guy Christian Bale plays was like really smart and like probably autistic. He was one of those like quiet geniuses who's like really good with numbers but like can't talk to people.
So, like.
And he was
Rain
just
Man?
like, yeah.
Would you recommend?
Well,
it?
Rain.
Well, Rain Man just has.
Maybe Rain Man is
Straight up autism.
fantastic.
Rain Man is a great movie.
Good movie. If you haven't watched Rain Man, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Anyways,
Yeah,
okay. I'm gonna put my water bottle against my head now.
You want the ice?
It is okay. Yes, give me the
Just get
ice.
close to the.
Give me the ice.
Do not eat it. If you eat
I
it,
won't.
You
know.
might die.
I know. Give me the
I
ice.
give him this the second he's put it in his mouth.
Thank you. Okay. So, anyways, in The Big
not
Short,
cologne.
this guy. Well, I need to get it on me somehow. Anyways, so this guy in The Big Short, he figures out that the housing market's gonna crash, even though it's like the most stable thing that the entire American economy is built on. And so then he invents a whole new type of stock, basically, so that he can short the housing market, and all the big banks think he's crazy, and so they let him buy out tons of stock in housing, and he make tons of money. And so do a bunch of other people that mostly all figure this out somehow in association with him. And Ryan Gosling narrates it, and what's his face? The guy from The Office is in it. The guy?
Which guy?
The main guy?
The one that says that's what she said.
The main one.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell is in it, and he's old, he has a beard, and he's like serious but still funny. I love Steve Carell.
Just percussion.
That sounded like a girl.
That did sound like.
Get out of our side.
Stop.
Maybe
You're drunk.
I dropped my ice. It's okay, I have enough of it on my hands. Anyways, The Big Short is a good movie, but Christian Bale's character in that talks just like Mr. Marshall. And I think he was doing an accent because it's based on a true story, so he's playing a real character. Maybe he was from South Carolina. Because in Batman, Christian Bale does not sound anything like that.
Are you like seriously okay?
But
He's about to vomit.
fine.
Slowly dying.
If I'm gonna vomit, I can stop myself. You weren't there, Isaac. In 7th grade,
turning white.
I was gonna.
That's true. You are looking more white than Asian, though.
Is that good or bad?
I started turning yellow a while ago.
I thought I was turning red.
Oh no, you're turning white.
Is white good or bad?
No, that's pretty bad.
Uh-oh.
That means the blood is leaving your face and probably going to your stomach. Don't touch
I'm gonna
me.
lie down.
Don't touch me.
I'm gonna lie down for the rest of this.
Found your ice.
Don't want it anymore. It's been on the floor. Look. It's okay. I'm sorry. The pace of this is slowing down. Thank you, Isaac. Isaac is a funny person. Isaac is the guy who will say, "Don't touch me," and then turn around and stroke your hair. Not that I'm complaining, because I can't complain anymore. Anyways, I'm sorry. I've been on this topic for a while, not because I had a lot to say, but because I'm really slowing down now. What else do you guys want to talk about? Stop, please. Guys.
Okay, but you're getting Johnny's bed wet.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's only half of Johnny's.
You can always flip it over.
That's true.
There's a lot of bed.
You can always flip it over, but the wood on the bottom's probably gonna get a little moldy.
Oh no. I'm so tired.
Favorite movies.
My favorite movie is Go Fuck Yourself.
Okay, Joe. We can find a simpler topic than that because he can't take it.
Oh, my eyes.
The economy.
Let's talk about.
Okay.
He's about to reach.
We only have like 15 minutes left. Unless you guys want to go over an hour, which is fine by me.
I mean, let's see. Let's see how we.
Tomorrow.
Let's see how we are at an hour,
Okay.
and then like we can totally stop.
You want to talk about the economy?
Well, I suggested favorite.
Or you could. Get,
I
like,
can't
relations.
think. Wait,
Why? Whose hair is this?
I don't know. You know what's crazy? My mom can be out of the house all day, and then my dad has to make dinner, and I will find a black hair in my meal. And my dad is brown blonde.
It's not recording. You know that, right?
What?
No, it is. It is.
It is, you liar!
Shit, I almost got so scared.
Rami, you fat,
You've been talking for half an hour.
Rami, you fat Muslim cunt.
Over there. I thought this was.
No,
Family friendly.
nothing family friendly about this, kids. Isaac, no! Isaac, are you okay? Oh, Isaac, put on my glass. Isaac has a serious problem. He will wear other people's glasses. Stop! Stop talking! Stop talking while I'm talking, guys.
You know, in The Wolf of Wall Street when what drug is he?
No, that's actually a good movie.
I'm so tired. What time is it? Guys, I normally record this at 1.
It's 7:25.
Oh!
We got 4 hours, bud.
Why are we not in a rehearsal right now?
You want to be in rehearsal?
No, but it's
Like
crazy.
you'd pass out from blowing too hard.
Stop.
Let's
Stop.
find your center.
I was talking about hair.
You're gonna end up using the phone at the end.
That's how I'll stop
He's
the
like,
recording.
"Okay, bye guys. I love you guys."
Gently licking. Say
Stop.
that for Lucy, bud.
Stop it, Isaac. Not in front of. Look, okay.
I thought you passed out.
I'm.
For all 48 people who watch it.
I'm so. Hey.
48.
Actually, no, that's pretty impressive.
There's
a lot.
like.
I was impressed. I actually do like your podcast. Though.
Thank you. I think a lot less people watched the second episode because the first time it was kind of like out of morbid curiosity. And
I don't even know where to find
it's called Nim Entertainment is the channel. The podcast is called Ain't That a Bitch. It's on YouTube. You probably won't find it by searching in the. Oh my chest. Nimji, NIMJI Entertainment. Look it up.
INM.
NIM Nimji Entertainment.
Okay.
Look it up,
Okay.
and you'll find my podcast. And I'm gonna start putting other stuff on there.
Do you talk like this in every?
No,
No.
it's normally
Special episode.
perfect. This is my glasses. It's normally totally normal.
And better audio because he has a proper mic.
Don't tell them that.
Interrupt him.
Don't interrupt me.
He's at the peak.
That's right, Rami. I'm where
Thinking he can die after.
The second he
I-
finishes, he's gonna pass
I will
out on the
not
double-
die until we hit 100 episodes of this,
die.
and then I will die on episode 100.
That will be the special.
Ah, my temples! Oh, I'm hurting so bad.
Advil, man, because I can like.
No, I can't take it.
You clearly cannot.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
It's funnier.
It's funnier for us now, but when we listen to this later, it's gonna be like.
No. They'll think it's just funny.
Yeah, with you on it.
Really funny. It's,
Those frames don't suit you.
I know.
You need these ones. I can't see where I'm throwing.
Isaac has a real problem with wearing other people's
Oh,
glasses.
Lucy's glasses are my favorite.
Stop talking about Lucy's glasses
They make
so
your arm like
intimately. I feel like you know her glasses more than me.
I might.
Don't say
See
that.
how you look like.
Yeah, your eyes are not great.
I don't know.
fine.
I've gotten to the point where I've blurred the line so much that I
I wear
can't.
wide frames.
I
my eyes.
stop talking.
You're the only one talking. I want to talk to.
That's not how a podcast works, Rami.
All right. Anyways, keep
You
going.
guys are just extras.
Okay, keep coming.
You're not even really here.
Honestly, I feel like you could have done this podcast yourself. You just need people to laugh with you.
All right. Okay, you were saying, Charles?
I was saying, you ran.
Hair in your.
No. I moved on from that.
Oh.
Me knowing glasses and me knowing Lucy's glasses better than you do.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I've gotten to the point where I can no longer tell
No.
if I'm faking or not. I don't know if this is real. I don't want to stop because it's funnier this way. But
People are just gonna feel really concerned.
I don't know if I don't know
If you're actually okay.
I don't.
Whoa, they go out.
Yeah, there's spring.
My brother.
Johnny's getting texts. Josh and Darson.
Oh, on the WeChat?
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, you know, I watched an anime with Johnny on the way to the bandcamp.
Hey, that is correct.
I did. It was a movie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was amazing.
It was pretty good. It was a little bit like
Confusing.
my ear. It was a little bit like a movie. What was that?
Nice. You're getting up.
It was a little bit. It was a little bit like a movie I've watched called Secret, and it's Chinese, and it's got this Chinese singer dude in it,
Singer dude?
and it's where this girl plays this song on this piano in this school. Oh. And then when she plays the song, shut up.
The Yorkshire pudding.
Shut up. What was the Yorkshire pudding again?
It was the poofy thing.
Bun.
It was the bun, which kind of.
That's a pudding?
Yeah, it's British.
Bullshit. British people are fucking stupid. That's my next conversation, okay?
Stuff inside
Forget the anime.
What you call the
Shut up.
No, it's not.
It wasn't pudding, it was egg and bread. Egg and bread was all that was.
It was a shit.
There is bread pudding. There is bread pudding, which is more pudding than that and less bread than that. Look. British people don't know what they're talking about. Everything in Britain, yeah, and their chips are
Big
crisps.
jelly eels.
And their biscuits are crackers.
Wait, what?
Their biscuits are like crackers, and they're
Chocolates are actually pretty good though.
they're shut up.
And their teeth are weird.
Yes, and our biscuits are for them. They call them crumpets.
Yes, crumpet. Or does crumpet have a narrower definition?
I don't care.
Like what belongs to the crumpet
He's
family?
trying to make an argument. Let him have it.
Oh, English muffins?
No, those
are
are still
like
a separate thing.
English muffins are pretty good. I'll give them that.
Crumpets are weird.
Look. Crumpets immediately make me think of crunchy because like crouton. They sound like crouton and crunchy. They have no business being soft. Anyways, they don't call anything the right thing. Shut up!
That's what she said.
No business being
Remy, that was funny enough that I'm gonna allow it. If you didn't hear, Remy said that's what she said. Anyways, they call things pies that are using Darson.
like lamb, like
They call things
mutton.
pies that are savory, which, to be fair, I love meat pies. But they have no business being called pies. And they have things called pudding that are not sweet. And they have things called...
pudding?
And they have things called tarts that are not sweet.
Black pudding sounds disgusting.
It probably is.
It's a thing they use.
My ears are so hot.
You want to talk about ears when I'm here, Charles?
Shut up. Johnny has ears the size of solar panels.
Yeah, dude.
Can you pick up radar with those?
Johnny, that's how Johnny got signal all the way out here.
You turn off the lights, he echolocates.
Dude, Sean had this crazy idea.
I'm gonna get a snack.
Let's test that, guys. Turn off the lights and then throw Johnny in a direction.
He's gonna use echolocation.
Look. Where did Chance go?
He went to get a snack.
Does he not see all the food I brought? Is he crazy? I bought chips and salsa for this trip.
So some, what is that? Pepperoni?
No one was. I have a stick of Sean's pepperoni.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
I think we're not gonna go over an hour.
Not if it's not.
We have 5 minutes left.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Sounds good. I'm so thirsty. I can't open this. I got it. Guys. Chance. Stop.
Well, I gave you one.
Oh, it hurts. Never mind. I'm fine.
Wait, are they just handing those out for free?
Ah! Ramy just hit me with my joy. Ow! Ramy just hit me with my joy buzzer.
I was gonna use literal shock therapy. You know, just strap you down and then send a current of electricity.
My lips are going up.
Your eyes are turning red.
They are.
I'm not even rubbing them. I'm rubbing around them.
You're rubbing them with your eyelids.
Yeah, so much friction.
What is that? Is that a life?
Safe, yes.
You might.
From this distance, they look like gummies.
They are.
I thought we
Lifesaver gummies.
I missed when I was lying down.
Alright, yeah.
How long have I been lying?
A while now.
Yeah, like
I was
20-minute mark. You just it all started going down.
Yeah.
I didn't want this.
No, we hit half
He
an hour.
realized he was out of good content, so he decided
Guys,
to stretch it out.
Shut up, Chan. Don't tell them my secret.
He starts editing. He's like,
No, this is all staying in. Sorry. Look, I'm fine. Let me just get back.
Yeah, for sure.
he just needs to rest. Do you need a chiropractor?
No, I'm okay. I do need that, but I'm. Look, I'm realizing now. I can talk normal, but oh my god, it hurts so much.
Put on your glasses.
You need Advil though.
No,
your
I'm
eyes-
like this all the time. I just normally
but
don't
you can
record
take
podcasts.
drugs to make it not happen.
Stop making fun of me. I'm taking off my shoes.
Yeah, come on.
Johnny, I'm sorry if I'm messing up your bed.
It's all good.
What bed? It's just a sleeping bag.
But it's his sleeping bag.
That's right.
Look, I feel better talking like this. If I try to talk normal, it really, my focus goes immediately to the pain when I'm talking like this. So I'm gonna go.
Pain.
When I'm laughing, I can ignore the pain.
You're not well. You're not well.
Isaac, hold me. Ah! Why did you squeeze my head at a time like this? I'm sorry.
You're gonna cry.
What am I watching?
Isaac keeps doing it. I'm like, he's like, no, don't lean on me. That's gay. And then I fell over and he buried his head in my waist.
That's a bit of an over-exaggeration.
No! It's my waist. I felt your forehead.
That was my arm.
Oh.
I know that makes it so much better, but
Oh. Ow, my neck. Oh, you're
soft bitch.
stop.
Fucking pillow. Put your head on this.
Look,
chest.
I know everyone's gonna think I'm pretending, but I swear to
He's
God,
not. He is not.
I'm.
Very concerned.
Look, I'm just.
All right, do you want to do an outro?
Shut up, Chance. This is why you're the worst.
He's gonna fall asleep when we're not.
You want to do an outro?
No.
It's, an hour's coming up.
We
don't have anything else to talk about.
That's not true. There's
movie.
That's not true. We actually have.
Empire Strikes Back.
We actually.
Your favorite Star Wars film?
Empire Strikes Back.
I didn't mind Rogue One. Not my favorite, but I did enjoy it.
Then why would
Wasn't that bad.
we didn't say which did you not mind?
Okay, favorite probably has to go to A New Hope. That is probably mine.
Is good. Not as good as Empire.
I'm gonna kill you.
Is that ice? No. No, not the buzzer.
Sounds like you were traumatized. Whenever something wrong, the buzzer. No. You're like a Pavlov's puppies.
No, you should.
Just let it happen.
Not like this. I'm too weak right now. Guys, but stop! Get your forearm out of my mouth. See, it's content. Don't throw it at me. It's content.
Yeah, but no.
It's easier if I talk right into it. Guys, shut up. Someone please stop. Someone please pass me a piece of Hubba Bubba.
Where are you going?
I bought gum. It's just on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Give me one piece. Give me one. Like I.
Sugar will give him strength.
Actually, the chewing will just make my jaw worse.
Yeah, no.
But the sugar will make me happy. Please say
Tequila makes you happy.
Tequila Mockingbird.
No one.
No one found that funny.
I did.
Because you're high.
I'm not. Hi.
Your
You
brain
know-
is high.
Maybe oxygen deprived.
I'm feeling a little loopy.
I'm.
Yeah, not
it's-
gonna lie, it's been like an hour.
You've
It has been.
On the same air.
Oh,
also.
maybe
There's ice
that's
there.
the problem. Is we close the door.
Chill over there.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't. You'll break.
We'll wrap this up.
What is that thing called when you have oxygen?
Hypoxia of the brain.
Hypoxia. Things get funnier and funnier than you.
Yeah. We're at stage 2 right now. Oh no! I don't need that right now. Why? Isaac, are you pretending with me?
So menacing.
Isaac, you have the power of Jesus on your side. You have no reason to be like me.
Okay, fair point. All right.
But for real, guys, close second, Infinity War. Close second.
Best movie
Favorite.
ever. Oh, favorite movie.
Best
Why do you like the new? Well,
Empire Strikes
Yeah,
Back
it's not
came.
new.
Yeah, you dumb shit.
but Infinity War wasn't even that good. It was like
That's
it's cool for the mashup.
That's
like, to
your
see
incorrect opinion. No. See, I agree with you in Endgame. When I left the theater for Endgame, I was like, that was fucking phenomenal. I was so happy watching it. But I went.
Part where he says I'm Iron Man, I was kind of confused. Like, why?
What are you talking?
Because like that's
Because it's
kind
an
of his
awesome
catchphrase.
last line.
Yeah, that's his like first line.
Did you not watch the first movie?
That's like his first movie of like I am this, and then it's his kind.
Dude, it's better.
First Iron Man
It's got a
movie was
poetry
my
to it.
favorite.
Yeah,
It's got a poetry.
The first
to
Iron
it.
Man movie was phenomenal.
Oh,
It
so
was-
good.
Look,
So
it
good.
was better than the I could do this all day. That's a silly character.
Why would you do that to yourself?
You're just being silly now.
Your ears are purple. Oh, your
Yep.
ear is all purple.
Our ears are getting redder. Look. Shut up. What I'm saying is, in game, I went back and thought about it some more, and like, there's definitely a lot of problems. I still think it's a very well done movie because they had a shit ton of characters and an entire like 21 movie universe to end.
Yeah.
That's a big undertaking.
That's true. That they did have.
It's a
lot to do.
great movie. Definitely not perfect.
No.
Not doesn't really deserve to be the highest grossing film. But that said, by far blows Avatar out of the water.
Actually, I liked Avatar.
It was a decent
Avatar
movie
now.
because it was the highest grossing film.
movie.
Look, it was a good movie, but it did not deserve number 1.
Yeah,
That's true.
It was a decent sci-fi adventure. It was pretty,
I'd say,
but not gorgeous.
6.5 out of
Pretty
10,
not
honestly.
The world from Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs looked just about as good. Not even
Yeah,
kidding.
watched all the Ice Ages.
Look, the Avatar thing was cool, but if you go back and watch it and really think about it, when they first watched it, it was like, this is crazy, this is insane, this is a brand new thing. But then, if you really go back and think about it, you're like, what are the motivations for these people? First of all, they're trying to get this thing called unobtainium. That right there takes it down to number 2.
At least come up with a better element name,
Exact.
or like an actual element like oil.
Not to mention, at the end, it's basically the final fight of Aquaman, where all these different kinds of Na'vi just come together
That's
for no
true.
reason.
And they were like, yeah, no, why were they even apart
They're
in the
out
first
of
place?
nowhere because James Cameron has already written the scripts for like 6 more movies that are gonna be with all those other people.
Honestly,
No sense.
it was also like kind of a political commentary as
Look,
well.
everything's political commentary.
Yeah, but that one was like,
Okay. You know what else is a terrible movie? Johnny, you did the right thing.
He's barely.
Well, you know what else is a really bad movie for how well it was received? Happy Feet.
Happy Feet.
Did not deserve to be Best Animation Award winner
Is
thing.
that the penguin one?
Yes.
Yes, it's so weird. First of all, yes, it won like Best Animated. My stomach. It won like Best whatever
Who's the
animation
diamond now?
thing. Me.
Exactly.
That was him the whole
Always
time.
been. Oh, it was Rami.
It was me, now it's you.
Oh yeah.
Look, Happy Feet. The characters look terrifying. The human and the plot changes like 6 times. It's like first it's about the power of song and dance, then it's about being yourself and being different. It's like a Rudolph story of misfits. Then it becomes a global warming, polluting the oceans commentary. Then it becomes an alien abduction movie. What? Makes no sense.
A lot of color change.
I hated the singing. The penguins singing. Who looked at penguins and was like, these guys sing? Shh. No. Look, I'll just talk into the microphone. You know what else sucks? Polar Express.
Polar Express is a good movie.
No.
I don't think it deserves any.
No.
I mean, okay, no,
It does not deserve to be a Christmas classic.
Hey. They did not. No, they wrote it for like. They did not expect it to blow up. Like when they wrote it, like they were not.
Good.
They were not expecting it to be as popular as it was.
Well,
No,
good,
that
'cause it
isn't a very
shouldn't
good
be.
defense for anything.
Exactly.
though, like-
Look,
No, I'm
the
just saying that-
mocap is hideous.
It's mocap.
Motion capture. That's why the people are so terrifying. It was one of the,
I feel
to
like
be fair, it was one of the earliest movies where the animation was done by capturing the movements of people. But oh my god,
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying.
they turned Tom Hanks into a nightmare.
That's true. There's a lot of Tom.
And like this boy, the shit that happens to this kid,
Yeah,
the
no.
premise is like a long metal snake abducts children from their homes to go see Santa. That's the premise of an episode of To Catch a Predator. All aboard, kids! We're gonna take you to see Santa!
I hear
The train slides on ice. I mean, come on. That rat is
that's
annoying
a
as hell.
classic scene.
Look.
Oh,
You know
that's
how
great.
you know the whole conflict thing. You know the whole conflict thing where the girl loses.
The train on the ice.
No. You know the whole conflict thing where the girl loses her ticket,
Yeah.
and the guy, the boy, like tries to save it, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that
and he
was
pretends
stupid.
I lost my ticket, and then they both lose their ticket, and he's climbing on the train,
And then suddenly
why
she's
did,
in the cabin.
why did any of that? Yeah, and none of the characters are likable except Tom Hanks. Actually, Hobo Man is pretty cool.
Oh, Hobo the Ghost? Very cool.
But what was he?
He's
they
a
never
ghost.
explain
He's a
it.
ghost.
But they don't explain it well.
They don't need to.
At one part, he's like Apollo helping Percy in Percy Jackson 2, where 3, where it's like in Percy Jackson 3, if you don't know, Apollo shows up as like a hobo in like an old abandoned car lot and gives them like
yeah.
a really nice car or something. Anyways, it was just
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
And then at the end, it turns out they find out it was Apollo. Anyways. In one part, he's like that. He's like a friendly homeless guy, and then later, he's a fucking freak with those like
that's
mannequin
why,
it
That's
puppets.
why he asked, "Are you like? Do you believe in ghosts?" And then he's
I
like,
know
"No."
he's a ghost, but is he a good one or a bad one?
It's for you to decide.
I don't want to decide.
It's about your
And
interpretation.
okay, and
It's a
then
deep movie.
this boy,
I think
for,
she's the only black
for
person on
no
that train.
reason helps this girl. She's never done anything for him except talk to him.
But that's because she's nice. We like her. And there's
Until the train car scene where she's just, I mean, come on, she's such an asshole. She's like, look at me. Oh, little boy, are you out there risking your life because I'm a dumbass and lost my ticket and now you're gonna freeze for it? Well, guess what I get to do? Drive the train. And the two assholes conducting the train.
Something about this
How did
reminds
they
me of
get
Shark
that
Boy
ticket?
Lava
They were
Girl.
not funny at all. Shark Boy and Lava Girl was a
Wait.
great movie.
no one.
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
Before
Do
we
you
go into
ever
Shark
get to that
Boy
moment
Lava
where you watch a movie like when you're
I've
little,
only
like,
watched
wow,
it.
this is amazing. You watch it and you're like, whoa.
Yes, but Shark Boy and Lava Girl is not one of those.
But before we move on to that, how did they even get the tickets in the first place? I forget.
Because it just
They just appeared in their pocket.
Yeah, so like if they know that the tickets are just gonna appear in their pocket, why do they need the tickets? I feel like that's just
Because Tom Hanks is a jerk.
And he needs to stamp them. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like the high school ID thing of like, oh, I literally personally introduce you to this train. You don't have your ticket, I suddenly don't remember your face.
Yeah.
Sorry, who are you?
It's
Also a hot chocolate song.
Hot chocolate.
It was a good song, but still a weird scene.
I feel like
It was all the same
The
dude,
whole
yes.
movie made me uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, great movie. Watched it later, still great. Polar Express and Pappy Feet, I didn't even like when I was a dumb kid. Because I was just uncomfortable the whole time.
Spy Kids.
Yo, I remember Spy Kids.
I talk about Spy Kids in my pilot episode. Watch it for sponsors only. $4 a month on Patreon. And you can watch the pilot episode that I recorded.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
You're actually fun.
I recorded a pilot.
I know, and I've listened to some of it.
Yes, because you're special.
Yeah, it's
But
because I own like
everyone
half the
else-
podcast.
Everyone else has to pay money. My stomach is killing me.
Okay, I think
do I
we
have
should.
to pay double?
Now that you say it.
I was like, can we lie?
Anyways,
down and
I
remove that?
talked about
Let's
Spy Kids.
triple it just in case.
Look.
Love.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl was so good that I can't explain why.
The only scene I remember that from that movie is when she,
Yeah, I
when
remember
the guy who's
so many
not,
scenes.
The regular kid.
yeah, the regular kid, he's like, I'm hungry, and then Shark Boy's, do you want a fish? And like Lava Girl's like, let me cook that. And they give it to him, and he's like, no.
They can do that. No, don't you remember they were in a giant bird cage and then Bubbles started singing and then it pissed Shark Boy off like hell. And then Lava Girl was like, sing. And then he got so angry he bit the shit out of that cage and that's how they broke out. And then later they had to get across like an ice bridge and Lava Girl's like, I gotta cool down and turn off my heat.
Oh, I remember.
She had to
Exactly.
sleepwalk. And then she woke up and she was
Dude,
pissed.
but-
she was about to kill him.
Regardless of any of that, the best part of that movie by far was the fucking Hispanic Mr. Electric.
Mr. Electric.
He is such a great villain because it was a complete twist where at first he was the minion of Minus. Minus, remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie is so classic.
I think we need to wrap up soon.
I love talking about
Watch Bad
childhood
Boys
movies.
and Bad Boys 2.
No.
Really? It's hilarious.
Okay. Why did I move so fast?
Okay.
Slow down.
Slow down. Pace yourself.
Look. I'm a very animated speaker, so when I talk, I move a lot, and it's not a good idea.
He's not ready
Well,
for it.
seeing as we're talking about like childhood classics, you guys see The Iron Giant?
Another one!
Oh.
You just
Dude, the Iron
another one.
Giant. I only see-
In my pants, should have used that one.
Did not like that movie
Really?
either.
I liked it.
But to be fair, that one I've heard a lot of good things about, so I might have to go rewatch it.
Hey,
And
you guys watch Mr.
Yeah,
Magoo?
Mr. What?
Mr. Magoo?
that was the old timey asshole.
And who had Charlie for who was housemate and he was Asian and he
Charlie and the
was
Chocolate Factory.
What? I watched the. Well, who's there? Are you guys in our room?
Yeah, they're in our room.
Close the door.
Where's Timor?
No, not yet.
Timor's in rehearsal right
Close the door.
Okay, well,
Okay, Charles.
Wait. Say hello. Oh, who is that?
Timor. That's Timor.
What are you looking for? Like body pillow? Oh man, I'm so tired.
You need some pressure.
It's still going.
Yeah, we're still going right now.
done yet.
We gotta restrain Charles from throwing his
Technical difficulties.
God, this is the most scuffed episode ever. Holy.
Okay, that was where are you? That was Wei Hang and Kevin.
And that's it. That's the whole thing. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Ain't That a Bitch podcast. I'm recording this a week later, and I feel a lot better. But yeah, that was it. Parent came in and interrupted us while we were recording. A couple of other roommates showed up, and we didn't get to introduce them before we got cut off. So that's all there is for that. You know, we got cut short. Ain't that a bitch?